In the church health and the church growth concept, one of the questions that constantly get asked to us is this simple question: why is it that some churches are growing and other churches are not? Now, I could really laden you down with a lot of statistics, and I don't want you to feel compelled to write them all down. I just want you to kind of listen in for just a minute. There are approximately 300,000 evangelical Christian churches in America today. 300,000 churches preaching Jesus Christ as the only way of salvation. Out of those 300,000 Christian evangelical churches in America today, 85% of them, as some say as high as 90% of those churches, are either plateaued or declining in attendance. They're either stagnant where they are or they're dropping off gradually year after year after year. Only 10% of the churches in America are actually growing, meaning that they're having net gains year after year after year in attendance and in finances. The interesting thing about the 10% that is growing is that out of the 10% that's growing, half of those, or 5% of all churches in America, are only growing because of transfer growth. They're just moving people from the other church down the street to your church because they got mad at the other preacher and they came to your house, or they like the new program that you're offering in your church better than the programming offered in their church. And so half of all new growth that's happening today is transfer growth. Only 5% of the churches in America today, only 5%, which is roughly 15,000 churches in America, are actually having annual gains every year as a result of soul winning. New people coming to know Jesus Christ as their personal Savior. You need to know that as a consultant for positioning your church, our focus is not to help you gather people from another church to your church. Our goal is to help make you more effective at reaching the lost in a more effective way, because that's real kingdom building, and that's why we're focused on that. The reality is, if you start winning the lost, you will inevitably gather people from other churches. And the reason why is because they're tired of being a part of a church that's not doing anything, not reaching the lost, not making an impact, and out of their dissatisfaction, and they're hearing about the impact you're having in a community, sometimes they will gravitate to where you are. Now, you're not going to meet them at the front door and say, get out of here, we don't want to reach you, and we don't want you to be a part of our church. But we have to realize that that's not our primary target group. Our primary target group is the lost, and you will have some of the other factors that will come in. And the reason why I believe that happens is because I believe God is going to send the laborers where there is a harvest going on. He doesn't want people just sitting around doing nothing who have the capacity to be able to help energize that congregation, help serve that ministry, and help reach people more effectively. So what we focus on is these questions about why are some churches growing and other churches are not, and what are some of the factors that are keeping those ministries from being able to take a positive impact.